Fight on. Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Welcome back to the Bottom of the Pit podcast, where we look to the moon and swap our palettes. I am, as per usual, Mick Whoopi Goldberg. Now, we have been inundated with news after news after news of all these fighting games, and we are here to tell you all about it. With me today, I have the dynamic duo of the Shake.
That is me. That's who I am.
And Banzai Wolfburger.
The Banzai Wolfburger is here. Oh yeah!
He added a the. And my cat Gary is also here. Thank you guys for coming on the podcast this morning. How are you guys feeling?
Amazing, brother.
I'm pretty good. Feeling pretty swell.
That is what I like to hear. I'm feeling pretty good too. It is a beautiful day out. I'm chilling. I'm sure y'all are chilling.
Hell yeah.
So last time we talked about Street Fighter 6, it was a while ago, and we had a lot to talk about, but we didn't have a whole lot of character reveals at the time, and the characters that were revealed, we didn't have very much quality gameplay, to put it nicely, to not make fun of the IGN people. That was pretty much
I don't remember.
what we had.
Yeah, we had like barely anything.
Barely anything. But since then, we have gotten several actual developer matches where they're really pushing these characters to show us exactly what they're about, what their game plans are. They don't spam drive, impact, and neutral. So we're here to talk about it, and I'm very excited to talk about these things because these characters are mad cool and super fleshed out. So overall, how do you feel about all the things you've seen and all the characters that you've witnessed before we break it down one by one?
I can't stop messing right now. That's all I'm saying.
Now for me. Now, Street Fighter hates my guts, so none of my characters are in launch. But from what I've seen, I mean, this is peak. We're in peak Street Fighter season right now.
I agree. The returning characters, I feel like, are their perfect incarnations right now.
Yeah, definitely. Especially God Honda. Like, God Honda is back to being a god, back to destroying his enemies. And then Zangief has been the talk of the town lately with these Street Fighter 6 system working with them.
Oh, hell yeah. It's sad about Honda. We don't have a developer match with Honda, right?
Yeah, they hate my guts, is what I'm saying.
Damn, we don't have a developer match. I think everyone has been a part of one except for Honda. And of course, aside from the characters that were in the beta, we don't need to see any more of them, though. Nothing against them. We've just been seeing them for months and months and months in high-level gameplay.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we're here to talk about the characters that we have been shown that we didn't get to talk about in depth last time. Because I feel like we talked about, Ryu and Ken and Juri, Chun-Li, Kimberly, and Jamie, I believe, were the playable characters that we've experienced since then, and Guile,
Mm-hmm.
But we had and Luke also.
Oh, of course, can't forget about Luke.
But now we're here to talk about the rest of the cast. So let's talk about should we start? Yeah, let's start with some of the characters that we were shown way earlier in the day. Let's get some out the way. How do you feel about Dhalsim and their direction they took with his gameplay and designs?
I was
gonna say, I think Dhalsim's been looking good since the last Street Fighter. Like, I like the direction that they're going with him. He's out all the characters between the last game and this game. Feels like he's shown the most growth character-wise like between like his like beard and his freaking clothes and stuff, like he just looks like he's been developing a lot more, even right before some of the other Street Fighter characters, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I think Dalsum is pretty good. Now, I'm not a big Dalsum head. I will say that. I know he's generally pretty disliked. He's pretty memed upon. I've heard that he's kind of an annoying character, which is probably true. However, he's kind of iconic, so I do really like his design on this one a lot more. The beard is solid. I always live my life by one rule: if you can grow a beard, grow it. And he's taking that advice, and I respect it. I can't remember if in Street Fighter V he had the downward diagonal air fire, but that seems like it'll be a pretty strong tool because he's already kind of like a keep away god.
Yeah, it's always kind of been his thing. I think he had like the downward inferno, where it's not like a ball, it's just like a plume of fire in front of him. But I don't quite remember if he had like a jumping diagonal fireball. That's crazy.
Because one of his V triggers was he spat the giant fireball into air and it would like slowly like move upwards and then downwards, right?
Yeah, if you hit it with the infernos, and one of them was a jumping inferno too. So, but yeah, Shake, you're definitely right. He's always been annoying, like mad annoying. But he was never as good as he was in Street Fighter V. People put him as sometimes top 1. If it wasn't for Luke, they put him top 1.
Jeez.
Yeah. And he's never been that good ever. I always hated fighting him in Street Fighter 4, and he was always annoying in Street Fighter 2. But Street Fighter 5, he was something else. And I'm wondering if he's going to come back with that kind of power, because he hit hard. His teleport was crazy for mix-up. He had big combos for his type of character. So I'm wondering if he's going to come back with all that power. Because in his developer match, he ended up losing to Blanca, I believe.
Was it Blanca or DJ?
I'm sorry, it was DJ. Yeah, because Blanca fight JP. Yeah, he ended up losing to DJ. So I'm not sure if that was their way of saying, guys, we toned down Dawson, we're sorry.
Who knows?
But I think he looks good. His drive impact, where he takes that big step and then headbutts you, it looks like it reaches far. So I'm starting to really think drive impacts don't all have a universal like length.
Yeah, they could. I mean, that'd be kind of like focus attacks in that they're not universally like frame accurate, like they're not all the same frame data or anything.
I think you're right. Banzai, you brought up that in the last time we spoke about Street Fighter 6 about the drive impacts being different, some better than others.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to lean towards your side. I think maybe they are just part of overall balance for each character, depending on the kind of character they are. Some will be good, some will be bad.
Yeah. I realized that when, like I said in the last podcast, when we was watching that you fight that Kimberly Ryu online, and it looked like she could, like, if not do it in the air, it looked like the second she could touch the ground, just pop it off instantly on you, and it looked like it looked really crazy, like how she was doing it against you, and it was consistent, so it wasn't like a fluke.
Nah, you're right. You're definitely right about that. But that's Dalsim. He only had the one developer match, and they haven't really fleshed him out too much since then. And speaking about not being fleshed out, do you guys remember anything about Honda?
Well, they haven't given him anything. He's only had the one reveal trailer of him. I'll tell you what I do remember about him is that he is God Honda. He's here to win. I'll say that. And he's got is it his outro where the like light shines on him?
I think that's an outro, but he also seems like he has some type of move where he can bring the light on him, like a power up.
Oh, yeah. That's right. The gods shine on him. That's right.
The gods shine. The gods shine.
Yeah, I'm excited for God Honda. His ult looks funny.
I wanted to see what the Godshine did for him. Like, did it upgrade his headbutt? Did it add like 100 more slaps to his 100-hand slap? Did it make him go even harder with his Oichu throw or whatever it's called?
I don't know. Who knows? We've only got so little knowledge of him so far,
Yeah.
and they haven't really broke it down hardcore. Maybe the Godshine is like startup frame or something. I'm not sure.
Could be something like that. Changes startup frames, changes fucking frame advantage or something. I don't know. I really wish we would have got some type of fight with him, because I really wanted to see. Because when you show off that someone's got a power up in like the reveal trailer, we kind of want to see what the goddamn power up does.
Yeah, I do like
break it down.
his design though. I do think it's like a cool looking design. You know, I think sumo wrestlers they usually all look darn near exactly the same. So any kind of change on that basic design is a plus for me.
I agree. They've always been. I'm not huge on sumo characters for that reason in particular. Usually they all kind of look like palette swaps of each other. Okay, well that's Honda. You know, we kind of just gotta check him off the box, so we really don't have anything on him, unfortunately. Now let's go on to, I think, is the breakout star of the newcomers, right? And I think y'all know who I'm about to talk about. Let's talk about Marissa.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I think she's probably a fan favorite right now as far as the newcomers go. How do you guys feel about the big brawler Marissa?
She exudes power. That's all. Like, her character just exudes power. Like, I feel frightened just looking at her because I'm like, man, whoever's playing this Marissa is going to beat my ass, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of mirror the sentiment. Looks very aggressive, very vicious. Like, her ult is ridiculous. Like, her critical art is insane. When I saw it, I was like, that is disrespectful, man.
Is that the one where she puts the fist in your face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her command grab. I've been a pioneer of her illegal back of the head punch command grab. That thing is disrespectful as hell.
It makes me wonder, is that move illegal in her discipline though?
I mean, if it's a fight, if she's trying to make money, I would imagine it's illegal, unless she's in some underground shit, which is probably true.
Yeah.
She at least cut her teeth in the underground circuit for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I was, when I first saw her, I was curious to see what kind of archetype she would be, because I wasn't sure if she'd be a grappler. But now that we've seen a lot of gameplay of her, it seems like she's more of like just a heavy hitter type, kind of like Sagat a little bit more than I thought.
Yeah, she kind of reminds me more of like Abigail.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just giant character, one command grab, but most of the time it's just going to be swinging those big giant limbs of hers.
Not quite as big as Abigail, though.
Yeah. Freaking, I love the memes of her, though. The newest batch has been the, if you lose to Marissa, you actually win, because she picks you up in her outro thing, when she went. So everybody's just like, am I really losing if I'm getting picked up by Marissa at the end?
No, that's true. And a character like Marissa, you have to approach differently because of all the armor she's got on her attacks and how much damage she does when she connects them. So I feel like when you see like that Marissa player pop up on your like rank match thing, you got to kind of switch your whole gameplay around if you've been fighting Ryus and Kens for a while.
Yeah. Like, even in like the developer match for her with Zangief, they was like, yeah, Ibra gets a strong brawler grappler character. Marissa is still a problem that you can't just go swinging out on. Like, you actually gotta think when fighting her.
because she swings better than you, and that's just how she is.
Yeah, Mercer did get 2 developer matches, and Honda doesn't have 1. I just want to add that.
That is true. I feel like they should have done like Honda versus Manon then, and then saved Marissa for Zangief.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I feel like when it comes to her, I think it's going to be like parrying might be pretty helpful against someone like her. Like just being able to maybe stop those hits and getting in without having to like be stuck in like a block string.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And that's interesting to design like characters with like a certain weakness to certain different drive systems. I think it's kind of cool.
Like, can't really say too much about like where I think she's going to be strength-wise. She looks very aggressive, very powerful right now. And apparently she's gotten a buff since a previous developer match, I think I heard. So they're already doing balance changes throughout development, which is good.
Yeah, and that's important too, that they're not just letting builds sit and just like be the final build. They're just not giving it to us. They're still fucking working on it and stuff. I think that's good.
I also like her design too. I think it's kind of ingenious. The Spartan helmet hair, I think it's like an odd look, but it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's grown on me. At first, like I thought it was a little janky, her hair, the way, but it's grown on me. Like the more I look at it, like as a whole.
And obviously, she's got like the, like I guess it works in a fighting, like a fighter aspect, but she's got like the classic Spartan. I don't even know what you would call that, like the battle skirt kind of thing.
The attire.
Yeah, and the gold is nice. Black and gold is nice.
With an awesome stage to match it too, with like all the Spartans and armored up lions in the background.
Yeah, that shit is tight. And her theme song is fire. I think hers is really cool.
She's got a good theme. They've been getting a lot better with the themes, I think, over time.
They have. They've all been hitting in a really good way. Yeah, Marissa, she's definitely the breakout star here, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which I don't think anyone is too surprised by that, if I'm being real with you. I don't think anyone like looked at like the league and said, Marissa's gonna be a sleeper character.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think everybody saw her who's like, I can't wait to see how this person is going to be. And now we know how she's going to be. And everybody's like, whoa, mama.
Pretty much,
Yeah, that's pretty much the general consensus. So to move on to a returning character, I want to talk to you guys about Cammy, the one they were keeping under wraps for a while as well.
That's all everybody, like, all Capcom freaking fans' reactions right there. Just
but yeah, Cammy they revealed a few weeks ago, I believe, alongside Zangief and Lily.
mm-hmm.
I don't have much to say about Cammy, so I'll give you guys the floor.
I'm not a big Cammy head either, so...
I'm also, like, not a Cammy fan, personally. I'll give my 2 cents, but Keeves, I know you are a Cammy player, so how do you feel, Banzai, about Cammy?
Well, first of all, just to speak on Capcom, it feels like they had a little favoritism with Cammy's trailer compared to everybody else's. I'll give it that one.
How do you feel about how do you mean?
It feels like they really showed her off really well. Like it's like especially how we keep bringing up like the E Honda, like the returning characters like E Honda and Cammy are like exact opposites of how they were shown, and reaction wise too.
Really, I think I disagree. I think Cammy's original trailer, her reveal trailer, I don't think they showed off like barely anything of the new stuff she could do. I feel like they showed off pretty like much the same thing, like pretty much normal Cammy stuff. And then in a later like trailer, they started showing, or later gameplay, they started showing off all these crazy cancels and stuff she could do. Like I felt like she looked kind of samey until I saw some of those other stuff.
I actually agree with that. I watched her like the initial trailer with her, and I was like, Cammy's back. They pretty much just plucked her from Street Fighter 5 and dropped her in
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6. And then, you know, I guess the developer match showed off a lot
Probably.
more for more like cracked options.
Yeah, I just combined the two in my head then. But with everything that's been shown of her, she looks great. She really, in my opinion, shows off what like the EX into not V trigger into like what are the triggers called on this one?
Drive.
The
Drive system, like the drive system, the EX into freaking specials combo game is going to be like on this game, which was insane. I like the little update that they did with her hooligan stuff, being able to hold it for different effects and stuff now. She looks great. And I like her new outfit.
Yes, her new outfit is actually really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, as everyone knows, I'm an avid supporter of changing the outfits of the characters. And yeah, I agree. I think her new outfit is like really nice. Shows a lot of like growth in her character. Not wearing the same like green fit. Like I like it. I think it looks really good.
And the fact that she's wearing a way more like less revealing outfit shows her growth and everything, and it's being received probably better than her old outfit in certain ways now.
Looks better than her old outfit. That's just facts.
Yeah,
her
but
old outfit
not-
is kind of silly in concept.
Yeah, but a lot of people throughout fighting game histories, you see like a costume that's like less revealing or more revealing, they'll have their opinions on it, like how MK had like that problem for a while.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and I don't think people are stressed too much because they're bringing the classic costumes in anyway. So we're just going to see Cammy butt cheeks anyway.
Cowards. They're all cowards.
Yes, all cowards. They're all cowards. So we'll probably end up seeing more Cammy butt cheeks than her Cammy midriff.
Probably. Unfortunate.
Unfortunately. But Cammy is Cammy. I've always hated Cammy with a passion. That's just me. But she's here, and people love her. I'm happy Cammy players have their character back, I guess.
Yes.
But that's Cammy. She came back with all of her new things and all of her old things. I mean, and I'm not sure. She had a few new things, but they all seem to serve the purpose of keeping her a heavy rushdown mix-up character.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite.
My favorite.
Yes, Banzai's favorite. So he's eating good. Actually, he's been eating good this
I've been eating good
whole
for
time,
a
actually.
I'm over fucking starving over
He's-
here, bro.
Jake is starving. He's starving. But I'm not starving. Because now I want to talk to you guys about Blanca. I'm very excited about Blanca. Obviously. You know, I've been a lifelong Blanca main. So seeing him back feels good because he was a Season 3 DLC of Street Fighter 5. Which is some old bullshit. But he's back in Street Fighter 6 base roster where he belongs. And I'm very excited. And I think that got me excited about that because even before we saw Blanca's game, I was wondering and interested in if they were going to make a character who had kind of a gimmick where they would do a lot of drive damage like regularly. Like some characters have like some things that could do like drive gauge damage. But I was wondering if there was going to be a character who had some strong options for draining your opponent's drive meter. And was Blanca Ball, which is usually fast, super advancing special, which while not unreactable is so fast if you're using it correctly that you pretty much have to block it and punish it instead of like do like a Shoryuken or some shit out of it. With that doing at least a little bit over a bar of drive every time you block it, you'll really have to learn how to use your parries fighting Blanca. How do you guys feel about our boy Jimmy Blanca?
I think Blanca is actually really neat. I have no interest in ever playing Blanca, as you know, but I like the new tools they gave him. That some of those, like when he throws the little toy down, some of the little footsie stuff there. I think that's really cool. It seems like they did like overall buffs on the Blanca roll too, like the ball.
It's just fast now. I mean, it's always kind of fast, but like this one like goes into it.
Yeah, he seems very much more so capable of creating some pressure on this one. Like the combos, even on block, seems like he's always in your face somehow.
Yeah.
And that's good because in Street Fighter 5 and 4, his pressure is like very gimmick based. Like all you really need is a little bit of like Blanca knowledge, like matchup knowledge, and you'll kind of dismantle like an average Blanca's pressure because it's just like gimmicks, things that aren't really strings that kind of seem like strings just because he's jumping back and forth and just throwing shit out, hitting you with like electrics and shit like that.
And does he have an install on this one? Like I've seen clips of him, he could like cover himself in lightning.
Yeah, it's like an install. Probably is level 2. It's like an install, and it's his V trigger 2.
Okay.
I want to say from Street Fighter 5. Cool. Yeah, it's really cool. That's the one I used. I used his V trigger 2 in Street Fighter 5, and it is cool. And I like that I like that they brought it back as an install super. It's just cool. Now, I like the way his toys work. You have to shock them to get them to actually be a thing, so you can't. It's not like a neutral skip tool where you just throw it out there and it plays the game for you and you could advance free. It's like two-step thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they call it, two-step neutral.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even appearance-wise, I feel like this is like the best like mix of both man and like kind of beast Blanca has ever looked. Like he has like the human-like feature, but the beast is still there, and it just blends really well. And I like his little overalls too.
He's out here trying to get his mom out the slums, man. Like, how can you not at least find that charming? He's just trying to put money on the table to get his mom out the hood.
Exactly. It's also really nice to see how like excited you are for it, McWhoopi, just because, like he said, he was like DLC 3, and at the time, it always felt weird because it's like you appreciated him being in the game, but it never seemed like you were like hyped that Blanca was finally in Street Fighter 5 compared to like now he's base roster, and it seems like you're super excited for him.
Yeah, because by the time he came out in Street Fighter 5, I had already given up hope on Street Fighter 5. Like, I had already come around to the conclusion by Season 3 that I just didn't like Street Fighter 5. I was going to give it a chance because Season 3, like, changed a bunch of stuff. But I was already, like, under the impression of, like, I don't think this is a game I'll take seriously. So by the time Blanca dropped, I was just like, cool, like, when I play this game for fun, I'll use Blanca, but, like, I'm not betting my pride on Blanca right now, like I used to and how I will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. I can relate to that because that's kind of like how I felt when they finally dropped Melina on the last MK, because I wasn't playing that much at the time. They dropped her, and I was like, oh, cool, Melina's finally here. Played a little bit, even with her in, and then I just eventually got tired and like stopped playing again.
Yeah, just ends up that way sometimes.
I'm about to spit something negative about Blanca real quick. Something I don't like.
All right, Jam. What do you got?
I think his level 3, not including the critical art, kind of mid.
Kind of mid.
His level 3 is kind of mid to me. It's literally just like he jumps on you, like bites out of your neck, does like a little kick upwards, and then just like electro balls into you, and it doesn't even like feel like it has very much impact. Like it doesn't have like a hit. He kind of drills him with it a little bit. Like I feel like it should have had more of a, like he ran into them really hard, but don't really get that. But I will say that's not with his critical art. That's just his basic level 3.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. I think I can agree with that. I think I can agree. There's not much of a finish on his level 3 right now without the curve. He just does kind of bounce off you after the electric shock in the air.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't feel like there's a lot of impact.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig that. But yeah, and he translated well into the new graphics engine. I thought he was gonna look kind of silly, but I kind of like the way he looks.
Yeah, no,
I
same.
think it looks cool.
Yeah. Next, moving on from Blanca, I want to talk to you about Lily. She is, you know, no secret, the T-Hawk representative, which is crazy. We're getting a T-Hawk representative.
Lily is interesting.
Yeah, so how do you guys feel about Lily?
Not gonna lie, I've been kind of excited to talk to you two guys about this, just because I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about this yet. But after seeing her trailer, her gameplay trailer, without practicing any of these characters yet, she's starting to look like she might be my new main as of this point. Like, I was really liking her moveset and trailer and everything.
Whoa, new main.
Yeah, honestly, she looks super fun to play. Like, I'm actually very much looking forward to getting my hands on her now.
Oh shit, that is no small rate.
All the 6 characters that I have now on that game, that who knows, the list might dwindle down eventually. But yes, after watching her trailer and watching like her moveset and stuff, it really took me what Kimberly did for me. I was like, oh, Kimberly looks fun. Lily doubled that. Like, I was like, whoa, this character looks super fun. She's one with the wind. She's all over the place. She got the range because she's the little like tomahawk things. She just looks like a fun character in my opinion.
Yeah, she's like a little pixie grappler. Just jumping around, and then she just randomly lands in front of you, fucking command grabs you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lily looks alright. Like, she looks kind of cool, I guess. I think, for some reason in my head, she is either going to be super good in this game or bad. I don't see there being anywhere between. I feel like she's gonna be either super high tier, or she's gonna be trash. That's where I'm feeling with her. I was never a T-Hawk user though.
Well, T-Hawk was never good either, ever.
Yeah.
I think he's just one of those characters like DJ who's just always been a bad character. But he's got his fans, you know. So it's but I see where you're coming from, because she's slow. She has a lot of great maneuverability with her specials and stuff. She's very mobile in that sense, but her regular walk and dash speeds are abysmal. And she has long-reaching normals, but she's not the only one with long-reaching normals.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And if you're going to be if your main game is going to be to grapple, did they show off her drive rush? I don't quite remember.
I'm not sure.
I don't quite remember if they show off her drive rush. But I think there will be times I think she'll struggle in the neutral and stuff like that. But with the way she can get her win stocks, if you can really play around that, really set your game up so you get your little win stocks going on, you do a little dance. I feel like she can at least start to snowball a little bit if she can get her game plan going.
True. Yeah, I don't have super strong opinions on Lily. Definitely looks cool, has some cool moves and stuff. I like a lot of her command grabs. Her special. One thing that I've had trouble with, I've talked to Banzai about this a little bit, is that I'm really not entirely sure where she is age-wise. Because, in her gameplay, I would give her, a solid, 14, 15. She's, stumbling around. She, doesn't seem like she, in her ult, she doesn't seem like she's got it fully under control. She kind of, just falls on top of them. But then whenever I see, official art, they make her look like she's, an adult. And I'm like, what is this? How old is she?
I'm in the same boat, because I've been seeing all different kinds of, different art of her as well from, official sources, and I can't peg it either.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Even, and not even talking about, anything, lewd or, not safe work. I mean, literally in her face. She'll look like she's grown, but in the game, she has, huge eyes and like chubby cheeks. I'm like, is there just a miscommunication somewhere?
Yeah, I feel like there is because like in game she looks like a childlike, but in the official like picture for her on the site, like she has like these super toned legs and everything. But then I go back to like screenshots of her, I'm like, you look like a kid, like
literally, I don't understand it.
Maybe there is like some type of discrepancy in the actual offices where they just like they had an idea and the artists are playing off of that idea and then they switched it somewhere and they didn't communicate it or something.
Maybe. Also, she did show off her drive rush in her trailer.
Okay. Well, how did it look? Was it a far-reaching one?
It wasn't far-reaching, but it looked like it was good for canceling it out of her like combo to get even closer. It looks like if you want to get in, like use range or just to get in closer, it's all about using her wind stock to do like the little, like what was it, like tornado condor dive kind of thing.
Yeah, her tomahawk. The tomahawk spire. I'm sorry, I don't.
Whatever
I'm
she
not
uses to cover herself and win and like dash across. That looks like the move to freaking get herself in. But as far as like her drive, she like winds the tomahawks back a little bit and then like hits them forward. But when they showed it against Blanca, he was already fairly close, so it's kind of hard to tell if it does that much, like gives reaches out that far.
Okay, I get it. That's it's going to be another one of those things where we'll just have to see what it is like in game, or maybe they'll drop even more developer matches or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's exciting, Banzai, that you've come around to, thinking that she could be your main aim.
Yeah, we'll see. Like we all been saying, we can't wait to finally like get our hands on these characters. But yeah, her trailer, like probably was like my second favorite to like juries. So I'm really excited to like try her out.
Yeah, it's real cool. You got another character there, bud.
6 altogether, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, great job.
That's
You got
insane.
2, kind of.
He's got 2, kind of. So if we don't have anything really more to say about Lily, we can move from one grappler right onto the other. Let's talk about the boy Zangief. Zangief is looking better than ever in every sense of the word, both in design and gameplay and just overall like character power.
Yeah, I agree. With his design, one little thing that I actually really appreciate is that his scars kind of have different depth. So like some of his scars kind of look like he got hurt more. Like his one little shoulder ones kind of look like, oh, they're like low level scars, like whatever. But he has like some on his abdomen that look like a chunk got taken out of him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really appreciate that little detail.
Yeah, like he was legitimately stabbed by something.
Right.
Yeah, like he has so many on his arms and like torso and shit. But yeah, all of them are different lengths and then like intertwined perfectly with his veins and stuff. Like they like, it feels like with Zangief, they paid a lot of details to like the human anatomy for him.
I agree. Because he's always been exaggerated in his muscle structure, always. But since they brought it more into a more realistic, not all the way realistic, they had to make some compromises, and I think they did a really good job. But I agree about the scars because they've always been a little too uniform back then. Like he got him a one fight maybe, or he like did it himself or something. But this one looks like he's been in many fights with he used to train with bears, I believe, and it shows that he's trained with a lot of bears, not just he fought one bear and that was the only bear he trained with that one time.
Yeah, the bear schmares.
If you see Zangief get into a fight with a bear, help the bear.
Help the bear. But what I do appreciate about Zangief, this actually got me like way more excited Zangief now thing because I like Zangief. You know, I always dabble with Zangief, but he's always such a pure grappler. The fact that he is the pro wrestler, like despite the fact that I love using grapplers, I actually do not gravitate all that much to pro wrestler, quote unquote, pro wrestler characters. I like when they're grapplers, but their grapples are more, I guess, circumstantial.
Opportunistic.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
that's definitely the word I was looking for.
As a problem solved on this one.
Yeah, now his grabs look awesome, and he does the damage. He just does the damage with his grabs now, and that's fucking insane. He did like 25% 30 damage on his EX SPD.
Yeah, I'm happy.
And that's crazy.
I'm happy about that.
I feel like he hasn't done damage like that in a long time. Like with that kind of, just like now it's, oh, if you get SPD'd 3 times, you're gonna lose the fight. You shouldn't be getting SPD'd if you're fighting Zangief. You should be playing way more careful, but the Zangief needs to be playing on point as well. I feel like he couldn't get that kind of damage before in like Street Fighter V at least.
Yeah, I definitely think Street Fighter 6 as a whole, just through system changes, is going to play a lot into Geef's favor with these drive rushes. It's going to be way easier for him to get in than ever before.
Yeah. I was going to say, even with the addition of drive rush, I didn't even think about that. So that's like going to be crazy. But they even gave him like some new stuff that will help him get in, because he has like one move where it looks like the Terry Bogard crack shoot kick that he can use to like get in close now too.
Oh yeah, it's like the spin and wheel kick that like splats you on the wall or bounces you off the wall or something.
Yeah, he has like some good normals now too, like outside of his grapples, that can like make him good like with fighting and aid in trying to get his grapples off.
Yeah, that move is crazy. When he popped that out, I was like, whoa, he can just do that now, and he's got the jumping drop kick that does the same thing.
Yeah, it's like a full screen wall splat on that thing.
Yeah, I was like, god damn.
And then I remember talking to Jam about this before, because I still can't tell. And the developer match with Marissa, to me it looks like he has a counter now. And I was like, oh god, Zangief with a counter would be crazy. But I remember Jam was like, he couldn't tell if it was a counter or not either. So that aspect kind of scares me if Zangief has like a full-on counter now.
Oh yeah, in Street Fighter V, it used to only counter mid-hitting kicks.
Okay.
Oh, really? Kicks?
And not even every mid-hitting kick, which was annoying. But in this game, maybe, I mean, that like Marissa's kick that he countered was like the perfect attack that he would have countered in Street Fighter V. So it's hard to say,
Right.
like how buffed it is. But they brought it in, and it's mostly useless because how are you supposed to predict when your opponent's going to use that one button in that moment?
Bro, it's like counters are already tricky anyway. Now it's like adding even more layers of like guesswork onto it.
Yeah, for no reason. So I would have appreciated if they instead had him like counter something different, maybe like a more of a low hitting kick instead of like the perfect kick for him.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, plus we were talking about like Zangief using drive rush to get in, but what if like some people might be else like more combat Zangief? They might like want you, like force you to come to them, use the parrying system, and like just like, oh, you're in my range now. Thanks for coming over here. So Zangief has some good options now, thanks to this layout of this game.
I think he does. I really don't foresee Zangief floating at the bottom of this game. I feel like he's at the very weakest, I think he'll be mid-high tier.
Yeah, because he has an air grab too, which he got that in Street Fighter V, but was it connected to a V system?
Really the only consistent way to do it in a combo was through like his V trigger 1 that popped you up. You could do it if your opponent jumped. But as far as combos go, like you had like one option to combo into it, and it was just through your V trigger 1. Now he can do all kinds of shit to get that thing off. And he's got a ground to air anti-air.
That's right.
I think it's level 2 or level 1.
That's crazy.
Like how Hugo had. So that's
that
cool.
would be super cool.
And it's weird with Zangief. And I was thinking about this the other day. Now he's doing all these like pro wrestling flares and stuff like that, which is awesome. You know, I'm not mad at that at all. But he's been the grappler, the pro wrestling grappler for 30-something years now. Why is he just now starting to use these flares?
Well, he was never like a TV wrestler though. I always interpret him as he's like out there, like he's in like the rings, like on the side, like these homegrown kind of wrestling. Like I never saw him as a Hulk Hogan or like WWE kind of wrestler. Like that was more of like a Armika. Like him and Hugo kind of seem like we're like in the back rooms of the wrestling community.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to agree to the same thing. I was going like Armika feels like she's like the WWE kind of wrestler, where Zinki's like, no, wrestling is the fighting style that I choose to use. I'm in the streets with this wrestling.
Got you. I see where you guys coming from, and I guess it is like the fighting game thing where pro wrestling isn't like entertainment; it's literally like combat sport.
Right.
Like the moves, like the flares don't really exist in fighting game pro wrestling. You just like are slammed on your head. You are getting thrown onto your back. You are getting kicked in the for real. So yeah, I see where you guys are coming from with that.
There's no like selling it. You know what I mean? It's like he's just actually tearing you up.
Yeah. So I see where you guys are coming from. It makes sense now. All right. You guys have anything more to say about Zangief?
Zangief, more like Zang Beef. That's what I have to say.
Zang Beef.
That's a lot of beef.
That's a lot of beef. I mean, and one last thing. I am surprised that his drive rush goes as far as it does. It's slow, but it goes pretty far for the kind of heavy grappler he is.
My man's got that Taker rush.
He does that Taker rush. So let us move on to DJ. I want to talk to you guys about DJ. Because I feel like he has maybe one of the most drastic redesigns of all the returning characters, if I'd have to say so.
I like it. Looks good.
Yeah, I think he look like they seem to almost have rebuilt him from the ground up. He has his basic special moves, but the functions of all of them have changed. And they added a bunch of new stuff to him, including his new outfit. So how do you guys feel about DJ's design overall?
It feels
on. No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, for some reason, anytime I see DJ's new outfit, it's like the most like realistic one. I feel like I could see like not seeing like a family member or someone for like not a long time. They come back looking way better than they did last time I saw them and wearing an outfit like this. Like it feels like a very like appropriate, like chill, laid back outfit for him.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I really enjoy about DJ's redesign, by the way, better than his original design. Yes, by far, actually. By far. That, he looks like human. Like in Super Street Fighter 4, DJ, his smile is so straight. Like, he just looks like a monster. Like, he doesn't look human. Like, he's like trying to get out of his mouth. I'm like, he looks weird. On this one, it looks like a black man having fun, having a good time, DJing, having a party. He just looks like he's having a good time. I like that.
Yeah, he does look like. And I think that was the direction they were going Fighter for. But his smile seemed so forced. Like he couldn't. Like he was unable to not smile.
Not on here. On here, he's
if that makes
great
sense.
time.
And I like his idle stance. Next time, if you guys want to go in, whenever you got the time, it just kind of, there's not very many, because who's really sitting in their idle stance for too long outside of training mode. But his idle stance compared to his old one, he's really just out there like vibing out. Like if you think about his Street Fighter 4 one, it was kind of stiff. He had like his regular like pretty much an orthodox fighting stance, nothing special going on, but he was like kind of like moving kind of fast, not erratic because it was consistent, but he was just kind of like moving his hands back and forth, his body like back and forth, and maybe they were going with, oh, he's just like moving it to like a quick beat or something like that, so that's why. But on this one, it's like he really is just vibing out to some like game music.
Yeah, because the Street Fighter 4 was pretty much the same stance from Street Fighter 2, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Just
so,
different, better animated.
Yeah, so yeah, this one looks a lot better. He moves like a lot better. All his moves just seem a little bit more deliberate. He seems like he's having they have a lot more impact to him. Even his projectile seems a little bit just like more of a threat. And there was a DJ in Street Fighter 4 that was like cracked, right? Like, was it the Omega DJ that was like super good?
I think so, because they changed him from a charge to a to a not charge character.
Okay. And is he still charged on this one?
I don't know, probably, but I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. I wish I had the answer, and I'm sure the answer's out there. I just can't remember it at this point in time.
Okay, who knows?
Yeah, even like the effect of like some of his effects. Like I remember, the effects of some of his. He has like the one punch where it does like it's like an uppercut, but it does multi-hit.
Yeah,
and it's so crazy. You just seen the character go, and like all this sweat flying off, and I'm like, Jesus, the detail on that is so cool.
Yeah, and the machine gun upper is like one of his coolest moves. So seeing how hard it hits on here and how cool it looks is really refreshing.
Yeah, for sure.
And his air slashers, his fireball fucking does 2 by default.
Oh, really?
Like even like a light air slasher has 2 fucking projectiles, which is cool. And I think his EX one is like one big ring projectile, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right. I kind of remember that.
So that's awesome.
And I think I put him into the category of like out of the 3 characters who have my favorite like level 1 specials.
Is that
I think it's level 1. I think that's the one where he does all like the kicks with the music hits with it.
Oh yeah. That move is cool. I don't know what level it is, but that shit is.
Yeah. Is that like a meta? Like, isn't it like you have to time the inputs or something for it to do more damage?
I think so. It looked like it. Like you actually have to have rhythm.
That's fucking cool, bro. That's cool.
Yeah, I remember on the trailer with him and everybody, like the person when they did it on the trailer did it with the drive rush. I was like, damn, that looks so cool.
That's so swag. Like, but Banzai, I like your excitement for Lily, like how you like feeling about Lily is almost like how I feel about DJ, because I have Blanca, right? So that's like definitely my main.
Mm-hmm.
If Blanca was not in this game, I would main DJ. I think DJ is so cool because he has all these fake out moves. He could fake out his I don't know what the name of his kick is. I don't remember what the name of his kick is. But his charge kick, he could fake that out. He could fake out his air slashers. He can do a back sway to dodge attacks into multiple different enders, like an overhead, a low, and he could fake that out as well. He could fake that. He can do like a flash into nothing, into like a grab if you want to, or back sway into fake dash, into back sway into a low.
Mm-hmm.
And he could do all that, and I am a big fan of that in the characters. One of my favorite things that a character can do is either dodge or empty teleport. So if a character can do those, like I'm immediately interested in them just to see what it is. So the fact that this is a big part of DJ's DJ's kit, and it matches his personality so much because he's kind of just like dancing on you.
Yeah.
Like I'm really really fucking excited for that. I love when characters can just like do like empty cancels into things. Like I just like that so much. I can just be as tricky as I want to be. I could be as tricky as I want to be. Pretty much like once I get the ball rolling, like you don't know what I'm going to do next.
Yeah,
And I find that very exciting.
Mixing everybody.
He says Sir Mix a lot. So I'm very very excited to try out DJ.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear that. He looks like he literally like brings the fun energy with him as like to like the game with his stage, with like how it looks like on the one player mode. When you make your character, you join him at like a dance party kind of thing. He just seems like a very fun character.
It was like a fun area. I hope they make his little dance party just like like another hub world you can hang out with other players in.
Probably is. I wouldn't be shocked if it was.
That just sounds like a fun time to hang out in.
And if I remember correctly, Jam Shake, isn't he voiced by Zeno?
Yeah, he is.
He is? Okay. That's cool.
Who's Zeno?
Zeno Robinson, he does a lot of anime characters. Like he's the voice actor for Hawks from My Hero. He did
cool.
Ogun from Fire Force. Yeah, he has a good few roles under his belt at this point.
Also, DJ
nice.
has a great outro.
Which one's his
Oh,
outro?
yeah. What he
He
signs
like
it, right?
signs the screen.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, DJ's so cool. I think he's mad sick in this game. I can't wait to try him out. Next, coming to the end. Let's talk about Manon a second. She's also a grappler. She's not like a pixie grappler like Lily is. She's not hopping around the screen, but she has super long normals, and she has a cool metal mechanic where the more grabs you get, the stronger they get, which allows her to do probably the most snowballing in this game. It's kind of like she's definitely one of those characters that is stronger later on in the set than she is like round one go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about Manon, if anything at all?
I'll say something real quick, and that's about it. But I really like how she's supposed to be like the very beautiful, artistic. I think was she French?
Yes.
Character. I really like how they really brought that out into like her personality and her movesets, even to like her lighting effects and anything. It's just like a very pretty, like moveset, and how they like flesh it out with all the different effects is like my main takeaway from her. I really like how they did all that with the coloring, and her moves look like so elegant but are powerful as hell. So they really did like took their time and really fleshed her out, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not big on Manon. I think like that's her style of gameplay. It's not very like super attractive to me. To me, like I'm not a big like ballerina fighter kind of guy, but I think she's animated super well. Like her little spins and stuff and how she moves looks really really good. Her design's really cool too. I don't even know what it would be called. Like the like pseudo gi kind of thing around her. I think it looks really cool. I like her haircut too. Cool
Yeah.
looking. I do think it's cool because I feel like her and Marissa are like perfect antitheses of each other. Like Marissa being really ruthless and like straight to the point, and Manon being very elegant, like doing all these extracurricular movements and stuff, things that aren't necessary. I think they're kind of cool juxtapositions of each other. But as a character, I'm not very interested in her. But who knows?
Yeah, same here. Like, I don't have any interest in playing her whatsoever, but I feel like I will have a lot of fun, like, watching her play, especially in a professional tournament too.
I could see that. I'll definitely I'll probably end up playing her maybe like a third string, depending on how some other characters feel. No, I like her a lot. You know, she's a grappler, so I already gravitate towards her a little bit. and the fact that you can power up her grabs just by being a good player, just by grabbing your opponent, it makes them stronger. I like that a lot. But I also am not too terribly fond of the ballerina stuff either. Yeah, but I'm interested in trying her. I was very excited at first, like when they had like the audio leaks and she was being described how to play, but seeing her like in action and things like that, like I don't want to say it dampened it, but it definitely wasn't exactly what I was expecting, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. What I will say is, I like, as we're kind of all agreed on, like we don't really care for the ballerina movesets thing. I really like the one thing she does where she can like sweep you into the air and then she like grabs you by the head and twirls you and slams you back down. I thought that looked swaggy as fuck, honestly.
Oh yeah, the animation on her grabs are awesome, and I really love that the higher your metal levels go, the animations change. I think that's so cool. I think she's cool. Don't get me wrong. I think she's cool, and I am excited to play her. I am excited to play her.
Yeah, I won't be touching her, but again, I think it'll be very entertaining to watch people play her. So I can't wait to eventually watch you play her. Actually.
Oh, thank you. And her design is awesome. I do like the gi with the undersuit. I guess I'm not sure what you would call that. I think she looks pretty cool.
Yes.
I kind of want to see like more of her, right? Like we've seen like a lot of like Marissa and them, but I kind of want to see more of Manon, see like how she can make use of some of the other drive mechanics. Because as we saw, her drive rush might be like one of the shortest in the game. She does not make distance or speed at all with her drive rush. It seems to me like the drive rush is more of like an in the corner like Roman cancel type of scenario, where you just extend your combos with it and not so much close distance at all.
Yeah, maybe they felt like she's already pretty good at getting in.
Yeah, she does have all those long. She has long legs.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And she had like that, well, like her sweep seems like it's a double hit, and that shit is far. That thing is a long sweep. That's like the kind of sweep they give the sword characters.
For real.
That's Manon. You know, she's a cool character, a cool design. Ballerina Judo is a pretty cool combination.
Yeah, I hope she's like a bitch. That's what I want out of her. I want her to be mean as fuck.
Oh shit.
You don't want her to be polite, girl?
Yeah, I want her to be mean as fuck. Like, I want her to not fuck with you at all.
Like that, like kind of French snootiness to her.
Yeah, like I want her to be like, get the fuck out of my face, like hardcore.
That would be a pretty cool juxtaposition to Marissa, who is actually pretty nice and amicable.
Yeah, like respectful and shit. Like, nah, bro, I want Manon to be on some shit.
That would be kind of funny, actually. I do like that idea. And last but not least, let's talk about JP the boss. Shake, you are excited for JP. How do you feel about what you've seen of him so far?
He looks sick to me. I think JP looks really cool. I feel like he's one of the characters where every time we see more of him, he's doing something different. Like, apparently he has a counter, which I didn't even know about until like his most recent gameplay. And he's got these traps that he can send the spikes through, and he has a little Bison-esque looking summon he can do. Plus, seems like he has really good range with his cane.
Yeah, he looks cool. And that counter is super unique, because I've never seen a counter like that before. He counters you, and it leaves a projectile on screen after the counter.
Yeah.
Like, he'll like step back, or like teleport back, and leave like a projectile on the screen. Like, that's cool. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, he looks very cool. He's pretty much like probably my main as of now, until my boy Akuma comes in, of course.
Akuma. Yeah, all your characters are resting in the DLC space right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Not all of us are so blessed.
But JP is cool. He's another one who kind of exudes. Like he's not even like worried about matching you physically. He's just gonna leave all these like rifts to be doing the work for him. He'll send out the little bison demon to grab you full screens, got you turtled up from all the projectiles. But he doesn't seem like an oppressive zoner. Like I don't find myself getting frustrated fighting him, like how you would get frustrated fighting someone like from like a zoner from a Netherrealm game, say.
Right. Because his projectiles are less Hadoken-like and more kind of like you have to kind of be at the wrong spot for it to work.
Right, because he can only set them in set areas. He's not trolling them like to the letter where they are. But I think it's cool, and the fact that he has like some cool combo game, the traps going off, and he can manually set them off too. Like he has some really cool looking combos. He's gonna be such a cool character to watch at high level.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I love the fit too. Solid fit.
Very solid fit.
Very solid. Very solid. And I'm really wondering what his place in the story is. You know, I've heard a lot of theories. Some people think it's G. I don't think he's G at all. I don't think he's Q either. I just think I think he's JP. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's either of those people.
Yeah, no, I'm very looking forward to seeing like what his character is going to be, because as far as we know, he's like the big bad of the game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
But at this point, I can't, like, he doesn't give me, like, he's neither, like, a super bad guy, but not a super good guy. Like, he just, like you guys just said, he's just JP. So I can't wait to see what JP's role and goals are on this game, because I don't have him pegged out. He's, like, a mystery.
He kind of gives me vibes more closely to Gil than Bison, in that he has his ideals. And it's not for just pure domination or pure power or just like pure being like just evil. Like he has a goal, and it's not it gives me the sense that it's not overarchingly malicious in his head.
Yeah.
He's, like if I'm making sense, like he's like, oh, this is something that's got to be done, and they ain't gonna like it, but hey, I got the power to do it, and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm very curious to see, because it seems like he has psycho power.
Yeah.
Which I'm curious to see what the deal with that is. And I know a lot of people said like his little summons does look a lot like Bison. I wonder if there's any thing like connecting that. Like, is he summoning Bison or some shit? I don't know.
It's hard to think about like lore wise, because it like a theory that I had for a little bit was maybe he was Bison all along. Like he was puppeting the entity of Bison that was taking over all these bodies, like all these
That'd
bodies.
be interesting.
That'd be dope.
That was interesting, but it also goes back to lore that they might not even remember and might end up accidentally retconning anyway, where he was taught how to use psycho power Gypsy.
Oh, okay. So maybe that was him, JP. Maybe, who knows?
Maybe that was JP. Maybe also P. But it's hard to say, because again, we don't know if they're even going to remember it. Because you know how fighting game stories just be forgetting their deep lore from game past. So it's hard to say what JP is or what his role in the overall Street Fighter world is, but that's what makes him exciting. You know, we've had a couple characters were seemingly big deals in the world, in the lore, that we really still don't get any explanation for. Like G is apparently close to world, and we don't know anything about him, and we probably won't even learn.
True.
So you guys have anything more to say about JP? P is mad cool. Personally, I'm excited to see him.
I really like his drive rush, because it seems like he's just kind of like gently strolling, but it's like aggressive at the same time. Like he's just kind of walking in on you a little bit, but having just like a chill stroll, like in the rain.
Aggressively strolling towards you. Yeah, I think
I'm excited for him.
He moves great. He's got his cane, but I really don't feel like he needs the cane. I feel like it's just for flair. Like he just wants to hit cane.
Yeah, I think it's style points for sure.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about him, I went on the website, like when he first came out, I remember it said, I think his hates are sleep and like getting his clothes dirty. And I was like,
Man, he's a hustler. He ate
That's
sleep.
right. He
He's
ate
always
sleep.
making his grind set. That's crazy.
he's like, yo, don't get my clothes dirty, and sleep is for the weak.
Sleep is for the weak. He'd just be going to bed mad every night, just fucking upset.
He's a grinder, man. What can I say?
Yeah. So that was a character. So how do you feel about all these characters? Like, how do you feel about this roster all around? Because this is our complete roster set. How you guys feel about it?
I think everybody looks great. I can't wait to see this game finally in like full motion with availability for everyone.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very solid roster. Like we've hit pretty much every character we've needed to, except for Kuma, and then everything seems to be covered.
Yeah, I agree. Everything is covered. That's a good way to put it. Like, there's no blemishes. Now anyone up later is, like, we're not like saying, okay, we got this character, but we still are waiting for this character. Aside from Akuma, of course.
That's cool.
Yeah, a solid base roster, and it's not very small either.
It's respectable base roster.
Right, an 18 character base roster. I would have preferred like 20. I've always record saying I think 20 is the perfect starting roster for a game. I know making these characters these day and ages aren't easy with how their graphics and animations are, but still, I mean, they're as close as they can be to that. It's 18 characters. It's better than 15 or 14, or in some extreme cases 12.
Yeah,
like we've seen the past, half decade or so.
Yeah.
Plus with another 4 already pretty much confirmed along the way.
Yeah.
And this is also
So-
18 characters, all with unique fighting styles and a unique game system that's going to take some time to get fully like used to, and you'll keep finding new things. So they got that on their advantage too.
Yeah, and they have, yeah, exactly. And they have a strong like DLC lineup as well. So it's like, while we're learning all of these new things, like we're still going to be in the honeymoon period of this game while we're receiving new characters at the same time.
For real.
So it's not like we'll be like in a dry spell while we're waiting. We'll still be like, by the time like we're at the point where we're like, okay, we kind of understand this game, we're gonna have like a 22 character size roster, which is respectable. Now to wrap up the video, I want to ask you guys 2 more questions. First, I want to ask you, what character do you, that hasn't already been announced, what character do you want to see come into this game? A Street Fighter character, not like a guest character or anything.
Let's see.
I have a character in mind.
Go for it.
I kind of really want to see Sea Viper make a return, honestly.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Especially with how the aesthetic of this game is. Like, I never played Sea Viper. I wasn't a Sea Viper fan, but I think she would look super dope in this game. Especially, like, seeing, like, what mechanics they give her and stuff. Like, I feel like she would be, like, a really versatile character on this game.
Sea Viper was my waifu on Street Fighter 4.
Aw.
Yeah, I never played her either, but man, I dug her heavy. She was just too complicated for me. I gave her a shot like in my early Street Fighter 4 days, but she was just way too hard for me.
But yeah, just like JP, she's on her grind working, raising her, what was it, a son or a daughter?
Her
I know
daughter.
raising her daughter, being a good mom, but also about her business. Like, she seemed very interesting. I feel like we just never got enough of her, and I would like to see her like come back as a returning character.
That's
I
a good
love
choice,
Sea Viper.
actually.
Sea Viper's a cool character.
Yeah, she's mad cool, actually. Shake?
If we're talking returning characters, and this is, in my opinion, Capcom's redemption. This is their opportunity to redeem themselves. The character that I want to technically return is King Cobra, or whatever his name was, who they replaced with Rufus. Like, no, bro, you literally cut out a goated black character for Rufus, bro. No, it's time. Get rid of Rufus. Replace him with King Cobra. He had a fur-lined gi with a gold chain on. Are you kidding me, bro? And you got rid of him for Rufus?
There is no better game to introduce a character with that aesthetic than Street Fighter 6 right now. That's a perfect choice.
Just do it. It's time. You could easily, like, just write Rufus out. He's a mid character anyway, low mid. He's got nothing on Bob. It's time to get Rufus out of here and King Cobra back in. It's the one L that Capcom can solve instantly.
That's an amazing choice. That wasn't even on my mind, but that's an amazing choice. I fuck with that heavy. Me personally, character I want to see come back. I used them a little bit on Street Fighter 4. I want to see Dudley make a return in this game.
Oh, Dudley would be amazing.
I think Dudley would be sick as shit in this game. I think Dudley would be so cool in this fucking game.
Bring back the gentleman.
And then we can see the gentleman fight between Dudley and JP.
Sure, yeah, that's actually, I'm always for Dudley.
Yeah, I think Dudley is, I think he's mad cool. He's one of the coolest boxing designs I've seen in a long time. Well, not in a long time, he's an old character, but like in general, he's one of the coolest boxers out there, I think. I love Dudley. Yeah, I was never amazing with Dudley. He's one of those super technical characters. Playing him is fun. He's a fun character to use. He's so fun to play. And his design is cool. His moveset is cool. His specials are cool. I think he's just a really, really cool character. I think he would also fit perfectly in this game.
Yeah, I agree. Dudley, I'm always for Dudley coming back. Dudley cooler than Balrog.
Yeah.
I agree. Cooler,
Wow,
yeah.
like
Definitely cooler.
Yeah, I think Ed does a good job of taking the mantle from Balrog.
Yes, I agree with that. We probably don't have to see Balrog for a while. Okay.
Would you mind if I mention one more character real quick?
Yeah, go for it. If you have a second character, go for it.
Just a real quick mention, just because I would like to see how he would play with the new system, and just because I really liked his design, I would kind of like to see Nakali return. Maybe as later down the road DLC, but I kind of would like to see Nakali come back.
Give him another chance.
Yeah, I feel like this game, like he was introducing it well, but it just didn't work in his favor.
He at least ball hardcore. Like, he was the Street Fighter 5 for a long time, and he was nothing more than a jobber who ended up getting beat up by everyone. No wins. He went 0 and like 6.
So he was, just being a jobber. Like, he was cool, man. I would like to see him come back too.
Yeah, give him another chance. I wouldn't be mad at seeing him. For me, it's hard to take Nakali seriously. No, the same way I look at Nakali as I look at Kodokan. It's like, you're supposed to be the super powerful character, and then you just jobbed out the entire.
For real, it's such a missed opportunity.
Such a missed opportunity, because he has such a cool design, and his gameplay was pretty not interesting. I wouldn't call it interesting, but it was engaging. Like the way his V trigger was permanent and it did all that cool shit with his hair. That looked so cool to see in Street Fighter 6 engines.
Yeah, I really would.
Now I want to flip the script, and I want to ask you guys, which character do you not want to return in this game?
Easy. This is easy for me. I don't even have to think about it.
Okay.
Bury Fang and never.
I
like,
knew
Fang ever.
he's on the same page. I have that thing too.
Like, never bring that motherfucker back ever.
Not
Sorry,
the Bang.
Kobe, like, nah, Fang. We good without him.
Bang. I'm not mad at that. I kind of agree. I mean, he was a nothing burger. Even though he was the only one really making big plays in this story, as far as character, he was kind of lame. He was kind of lame.
He was why I wanted to be a freaking jobber. Can't believe they made him like take Sagat's spot. How disrespectful! Like insane.
And he was just so weird because he was just so excited to be number 2.
For real.
It's just so designed his entire being around being in second place.
Trash, man. It's trash.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, it was. I was also going to say Fang, and I also had like 2 quick honorable mentions after Fang, just because storyline wise, I felt it feels accurate that these characters don't need to come back.
Okay, let's hear it.
One being Seth, because at this point, I feel like Seth's role's done. He came back in the last game, and that kind of took me, like, surprised me. I feel like Seth is done. We don't need to see Seth anymore.
Wow, Seth Hater. Can't agree.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, I
As a
really
quick
don't see a reason for him to come back. There's really nothing for them to do,
There's always something you could do.
I suppose.
And then my second honorable mention, even though I can see this character coming back just because people like having fun with this character, but I feel like we're kind of done with the whole evil Ryu Kage kind of front, just because it feels like at this point Ryu doesn't have that, like, is not doing the evil Ryu thing anymore.
I agree.
Like, not even a chance for it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kage was like even doing too much. Like I didn't even think Kage needed to be a character.
Right, having him just be a literal separate entity from Ryu.
Yeah. So at this point, like, if you want to play the more dark or evil side of the Hado or anything, just pick Akuma, okay?
Just pick Akuma.
Oh,
Yeah, I
literally.
agree. We
And
don't
Akuma's
really
free
need
anyway. So
because Ryu's defeated that. Like, he's completely in tune with the power of nothingness right now. There is no evil Ryu anymore, as far as we know.
yeah, exactly. It's like this game has shown like how much growth this man has had. So I feel like at this point, like having a Iryu or Kage just defeats the purpose of all his growth.
That's absolutely right. Like, I got nothing to add to that. That's true. That would really undermine a lot of the story if he started grappling with that shit again. Yeah, I agree. My pick is going to be kind of controversial, I think, because this character is pretty popular. But I've never liked this character at all, and I don't want to. I hate seeing them return every time. But I do not want to see Ibuki make a return for this game.
That's not who I thought you were going to say, actually, but okay.
Yeah, I don't want to see Ibuki. I'm not an Ibuki fan. I feel like Kimberly's a much cooler character than Ibuki ever was.
I agree.
Schoolgirl Ninja, lame, I think. Maybe she was cool in Street Fighter 3, you know, because it was a pretty cool aesthetic she matched. I didn't care for her in Street Fighter 4. I definitely was not excited to see her in Street Fighter 5. I think she's boring. She never has any stakes in anything. I'm just not a fan of Ibuki. She's anti-hype to me.
I'm Team Makoto over Ibuki every day anyway.
Makoto's much cooler. I would enjoy seeing Makoto return, especially since she would be older and stronger and wiser, and I think it would be cool to see if she's still as hot-headed as she was when she was in her younger years. I think that would be such a cool character.
No, I was going to say, as someone who uses Ibuki, I kind of think I can like either have no stance or agree with you guys to a certain extent. Like, I like Ibuki. If she came back, I wouldn't be like super excited, but I would play her. But I do like the aspect of like I would like to see Makoto return back over top of Ibuki as well.
Yeah, I just think Makoto is a cooler concept. You have this young girl who hits harder than anyone else on the cast. She can fucking touch a death you from a command grab that does no damage. And she can fucking install herself to do even more damage. And she punches you in the fucking nuts when she starts her ultra, which is crazy.
Dick.
Makoto versus Marissa would be dope.
That would be dope. I would love to see them clash in like a cinematic or something. Just power versus power. It's just way more interesting than Ninja Girl. Like, I'm tired of Ninja Girl.
I can feel you on that. Not gonna lie, when you said a popular character, I thought you were gonna say Sakura. I was going like,
I like Sakura. My other, if I had to choose a second one, this would also be like kind of controversial. But I also wouldn't want to see Poison return. I'm not a Poison fan either.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a Poison fan. I never got the hype over Poison. People liked her because she was the hot character, but now all the characters are the hot character. So I don't know. I just was not a Poison fan. I never liked the way she fought. But I didn't choose her because like I get her appeal. I can see why people would like playing her. Like her as a character and things like that. And I didn't have as visceral of a response to her like release in, I guess it was season 4 as when they dropped Ibuki in season 1.
Yeah, yeah. Her showing up in 5 again, I was like, yeah, we didn't need that.
Yeah, we didn't need that.
Definitely not.
But yeah, I don't really have any other, like, there's not very many like Street Fighter characters that I'm just like, I don't want to see. There's characters I don't want to see just because I'm literally bored of seeing them. Like Vega or Balrog. Or Bison. I can never, for some reason I can never get tired of Sagat. Like, I think Sagat's just too cool, but the other like 3 kings, like I don't really need to see them again. I feel like I've gotten enough of them for the rest of my life, you know. They've been arriving in every game except for Street Fighter 3 for about 30 years.
Bro.
Then again, and I could also say that about the World Warriors, so hypocritical, I guess. I guess I'm just tired of seeing them.
Nah, I can kind of understand your mindset on that, because just like with Zangief, him and Sagat aren't really like evil anymore, doing the same shit like they were before, like the other few are. And I guess technically Balrog isn't either, but he still has that persona about him, so I could see why you could get tired of the other 3 more than like Zangief or Sagat.
Well, I'm glad you can see it there. But yeah, so my number 1 choice was Ibuki.
That's pretty valid. Ibuki is a tired character, I think is the way I put it.
That's a good way to put it. Tired. Yeah, definitely tired. And I know a lot of people are going to hate that because there's a lot of Ibuki stands out there, which more power to him. You know, she's not a character I'm like, you're weird for liking this character. Absolutely not. It's just like, personally, I don't want to see her return.
Yeah, I like Ibuki, but yeah, I feel like it would defeat the purpose since freaking Kimberly pretty much fills out her role perfectly now.
Okay, I have nothing more to add. No other questions. No other characters we can really talk about right now. We don't have anything. The game literally has not dropped yet, so we can't even talk about DLC characters.
Yeah, I'm good too.
So, you guys have any more questions or concerns?
I think I dished everything I had to say out.
Shake. Oh, good, Shake? Oh.
It looks like I muted him.
Oh.
My bad. Okay. The one thing I'm a little bit curious about is, and obviously it's a me problem because of who I am and how this game hates me. I'm wondering how long it'll take for us to get some DLC characters.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Like, will it be like a month or 2 months, or will it be a pack? Will we get them all at one time?
I doubt
knows?
that.
I mean, that's how they did it their last 2 packs. Oh wait, no, they didn't. Season 5, they dropped them one at a time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think
the one
so.
that wasn't supposed to happen.
Right. Hey,
I think
Season 4 and Season 3 were all at once, though.
True.
Yeah, I'm curious about that as well, because there are some cool. I want them to drop it all at one time, only because there's some cool characters in the DLC, and I want you to have some characters you really enjoy playing.
For real, man.
But if
No,
there
only can.
is, then I will look forward to either more footage of things dropping, or maybe we won't get anything too significant till the game drops. We'll get a beta, who knows. But then that is the F you guys for coming on the podcast thing. Or I guess it's afternoon.
no problem.
No problem.
So, I would like to thank Banzai Wolfburger.
Oh yeah, Banzai Wolfburger.
And the Jamaican Shake.
Of course, no problem. I'm here. I'm here to give all my hot takes. Bringing Cobra back right now.
Appreciate it.
He's been the Jamaican Shake. And he's been Banzai Wolfburger. And I've been Mick Whoopi Goldberg. And this has the bottom of the pit podcast, where we look to the moon and swap our palettes. And we will see you on the next one.
The answer lies in the heart of battle.